Are you still moving to Mexico? 2 years ago, we sold everything that we own in Canada. After spending many winters in Mexico, we decided we would move to Mexico permanently. We obtained Mexican residency in October of 2022. It is not just the warm climate of Mexico that lured us away, but we also felt like we could have a better standard of living in Mexico. Or can we? So is it still possible for Americans, Canadians, and Europeans to have a better life in Mexico? So please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram, so please see the link below. You know, I don't know if there's any real advantages anymore of moving and living in Mexico. I mean, where we're staying right now is basically the same price as what we would pay in Canada. It's on par. Going for groceries is the same. You know, it's doubled and tripled in price, and it's not like we're shopping at some, you know, boutique market. This is Walmart. The local markets here, it's very expensive. So it's quite shocking, and you know, the weather's great, but you know, the price of living here is expensive. You know, the good old days of the cheap margaritas and the cheap tacos, those days are gone, and Mexico has definitely changed. So if you have permanent residency and you want to live in Mexico and live in the popular spots like Mexico City, Cabo San Lucas, Tulum, San Miguel de Allende, Mérida, these places are going to cost you. An example of this, Mexico City is the world's 16th most expensive city, above the likes of Washington, D.C. and Milan as of January 18th, 2024. This index was calculated due to the weaker dollar against the 2023 Super Mexican Peso. As you can see by this chart, you can see the American dollar over the past 5 years has been dropping and dropping against the Super Peso. And don't even get us going on the Canadian dollar. The euro has also fallen, as you can see in the 5-year chart. And here are the inflation numbers. So between the Super Peso and inflation, the cost of living in Mexico has risen dramatically. Foreign business and corporate headquarters are heading to Mexico. With all the foreign investment, it attracts young professionals coming to work in Mexico City and throughout Mexico. Mexico's economy is surging. It is now the #1 trading partner with the United States. That used to belong to Canada. So, as more and more foreigners move into Mexico City and to the popular areas, more and more people are pushed out of their communities. Many of the inhabitants of Mexico City, they earn $272 a month. How can they live in Mexico City? The fact is, they can't live here. So then the locals that used to live in Roma Norte, Condesa, in Mexico City, and Polanco, they're being pushed out. Not only did we meet foreigners from all over the world working in Mexico, but we also met many Mexican Americans that have returned to Mexico, I guess, to live a better life.
I lived there for 18 years, and that's why I speak fluent English. And I came back like 6 years ago.
6 years ago.
Yes, sir.
And have you seen any change in Mexico City in the last 6 years? Yeah.
I mean, I think it's good because it's making the economy grow.
Yeah.
But it's making it harder for, you know, Mexican people, like you just mentioned, like prices going up.
Yeah.
And guess it's called gentrification.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it is helpful, but
Uh-huh.
for some people who used to do things around, let's say Condesa, Roma, and all these areas are like pushed out to.
Yeah, we've heard a lot of people who lived here in Rome and Condesa, you know, with the gentrification and the mass immigration, they've now sort of been pushed out.
You know, Randy and I always felt safe in Mexico City, but there is this underlying current of dissatisfaction. And you can see on the walls, out gringos. The story of unaffordability, migration, this is a story that is global. After traveling the world for the last 2 years, we can tell you this is happening everywhere, including our own country of Canada. Throughout Mexico City and other popular areas in Mexico that we would consider living in, the cost of living is on par with Canada and the US. So, I guess, why move? Well, even though the cost is now similar to Canada and the US, I think for young international professionals and digital nomads who choose Mexico to live and work in, they will find Mexico to have boundless opportunity here. It's an exciting, rich country in culture and natural beauty. The spirit of the Mexican culture is one of resilience. Viva Mexico! Randy and I, we absolutely love Mexico and everything that Mexico offers. But for now, we are going to continue to go and travel the world and live globally. So join us on our journey, and maybe we will find somewhere one day to live. So let us know what your perfect place would be. There's a big world out there to discover. So we are now off to Cabo San Lucas. Well, it's been quite some time since we've been in Cabo San Lucas, so it's going to be interesting to see how much it's changed and how much everything's going to cost. So stay tuned. And as always, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And please comment on anything that you really liked and anything that we got wrong. So we'd love to hear from you.